11, a man charged with killing his girlfriend in Janesville a year ago has pleaded guilty to the homicide in an agreement with prosecutors. 21-year-old Brittany Cross's body was found behind a building along the Rock River in May of last year. A witness testified Cross argued with Clayton Courtney near the Memorial Bridge that night. Courtney's guilty plea to first-degree intentional homicide requires a mandatory life in prison term, but the judge could still set a parole date. He'll be sentenced in August. A rollover crash along I-90 kept traffic to a crawl this morning. It happened just before 6:30 in Rock County near Edgerton. A truck crossed the median and rolled onto its side. The driver was hurt, but no word yet on the extent of the driver's injuries. Traffic was restricted to one lane.
Around the nation now, area beaches and fisheries are shut down today near Santa Barbara after a pipeline burst, sending thousands of gallons into the Pacific Ocean. Initial reports stated around 21,000 gallons of crude oil spilled before the Coast Guard was able to stop the leak yesterday afternoon. By that time, thick layers of crude had started to wash ashore. Officials say they still don't know how much oil was actually spilled or what caused the rupture. The pipeline was constructed back in 1991 and is owned by Houston-based All American Pipeline. Well, today, police are expected to leave the scene of that deadly biker gang shootout at a restaurant in Texas. The bloody gunfight among rival biker gangs in Waco may have been triggered by a minor parking lot incident. Well, in the end, 9 people were killed, 18 others injured in the chaos Sunday. Police say a biker may have had his foot run over right before the bullets started flying. Investigators have already recovered dozens of weapons.
Moving on to what has become the biggest consumer recall in U.S. history. The Takata company is recalling airbags in 34 million vehicles after the company admitted it does have a problem. NBC's Tom Costello reports.
This morning, the world's biggest airbag maker, Takata Corporation, is on the defensive, with car dealers gearing up for the biggest recall in U.S. history, bigger even than the recall of 31 million Tylenol bottles in 1982, affecting roughly 1 out of every 4 cars on the road, nearly 34 million vehicles nationwide, involving 11 different automakers.
Automakers and manufacturers have a safety responsibility that they must live up to. There are no excuses.
Government investigators say exploding airbags are thought to have killed at least 5 people, including Hyun Tran, who died in an accident in Orlando. The family attorney showed us her car.
What happened here is you can see the shrapnel on the floor here from where the steering column was blown apart backwards. But what went forward towards her are metal fragments from the inflator itself.
It just came right into her face and her neck.
Literally shoots through the bag into her neck.
At least 100 people have been injured. Until now, the Takata Corporation insisted its airbags were not defective.
Sir, can we ask you, did Takata put profits ahead of safety, sir?
Refusing to answer questions from NBC News or the Japanese media. Now it admits there is a problem in a statement saying, "We are committed to continuing to work closely with regulators and our automaker customers to do everything we can to advance the safety of drivers." But many original drivers may have long ago sold their cars.
A lot of these vehicles also are in the hands of second owners, third owners. That's a big problem too, just in communicating to them.
Making matters worse, there still aren't enough replacement parts.
And that was Tom Costello reporting. To see if your car is affected by the recall, just head to our website, NBC15.com, and click on news links.
Electrolux is recalling some of its Kenmore Elite range stoves. It involves 5,300 Sears Kenmore Elite stainless steel, slide-in glass, electric, and dual fuel ranges. One customer reported being cut by a sharp edge on the stainless steel trim just below the range control panel, and they needed stitches. Now, these ranges were all sold at Sears stores nationwide from May 2014 through last month. About 250 of the ranges are also being recalled for a fire and burn hazard. If you have one of these, contact Sears for a free inspection and repair. Around the world now, the Cannes Film Festival is coming under scrutiny for its strict dress code after women not wearing high heels were turned away from a premiere. NBC's Keir Simmons has more.
Cannes' dress code is in the spotlight.
Only use heel!
After some women in their 50s without high heels were turned away.
I think everyone should wear flats, to be honest.
Actress Emily Blunt hitting out.
That's very disappointing, obviously.
I think if it is obligatory for women to wear high heels on the red carpet, then I am angry.
And look what happened during our interview.
Represent real
Someone's
women.
just fallen over just there.
In heels.
Just fallen over in heels. We're talking
Yeah.
about heels. And
We are,
behind you,
and she's just fallen
someone
over.
falls over.
It turns out she's from Texas. Are you okay?
I'm so fine.
And she says if you want to wear shoes without heels at Cannes, you can't.
You have to wear them.
You do?
Yes.
Well, even though you might fall over like that?
Yeah.
There's no specific mention about the height of the woman's heels, Cannes organisers insist. But
It sucks, but there's nothing like I wore sneakers out one night and I didn't get into somewhere.
and another woman we met said she feels pressure despite her bad back.
Why shouldn't I have that choice? I mean, it's because I've worn high heels for all these years that I've got a prolapsed disc now.
And while getting into the party is one story, getting home is another.
Bye-bye.
With women here now asking why they have to pay such a high price, as Cannes' unwritten rules are starting to fall flat. And the face of Cannes this year is the late Ingrid Bergman, who apparently hated high heels herself. I guess the point is that can high heels be sexy? Yeah, of course they can. But if you're forced to wear them, isn't that just sexist? Back to you.
Interesting concept there. I don't know. I mean, it is a film festival where people dress up a little bit more, but I don't think it should be mandatory.
No, I don't either. I just love that woman. Well, I was wearing sneakers and I got turned away. Well, of course you are, even if you're not going to the Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
Dress up. She might want to consider crossing her legs, too. I was like, posture.
Didn't realize she was on TV, apparently.
Apparently not. Yee.
All right. Well, something else you want to be careful about, jumping on trampolines. That's pretty fun, right?
Yes, absolutely. Not in heels.
Yes. A new trampoline park is getting ready to call Madison home and is looking to hire. Rock and Jump is located just south of the Beltline near Fitchburg and will open its doors June 12th. It features a rock wall, an open jump arena, stunt pit, obstacle courses, and party rooms. The park is hoping to hire between 80 and 100 employees over the next couple of weeks.
There's a huge 5,700 square foot open jump arena, which also has about 1/3 of its space cordoned off for young kids at all times, designed to be a really comfortable environment for kids and adults.
Now we have a link to Rock and Jump's job application on our website. Just go to NBC15.com and click on news links.
I have to say, for my niece's 3rd birthday, we held it at one of those places, you know, in the San Francisco Bay Area. It was so much fun for everyone,
Yes.
even the adults.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Great concept.
Adults and children can get out there and jump on the trampolines. They have a whole section just for children under the age of 8, I think. So
good,
makes it a little bit easier for everyone to enjoy themselves.
So I won't be having to elbow them out of the way while I want to jump.
No, but we should go together. I think that would be pretty funny. Bratfest kicks off Friday with Take Your Brat to Work Day. Here's a look at some of the fun we had last year.
Yeah, so we're going to be live all Friday morning on Willow Island. Take Your Brat to Work Day runs from 6 in the morning to 9 a.m. And you did it last year. You loved it.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I've been as just a spectator, and I've been working there too, and it's fun just to do any.
But Take Your Brat to Work Day is just one of the most unique opportunities we have to get out there and get to meet you, our viewers.
And it's so Wisconsin.
Yeah, it is.
Celebrating brats.
So cool.
For breakfast.